Hello, this is Faisal Insan, your coach, and today's session or today's conversation, I love conversations, so I'll make it more like a conversation, is about productivity, but it's also about courage. And I have a question for you that I've posted as the title of this video. What are you avoiding to do in your life? You can think about that in a bigger way, or you can think about that in a smaller way. And I'll qualify what I'm trying to get at here. I want you to think about your day-to-day life, whether you're an entrepreneur, an investor, or professional, or even a stay-at-home mom. It doesn't matter. I want you to look at your day-to-day life and look at what are the things that you gravitate to do, all the busy work that you go towards, all the little things that you're busy with on a day-to-day basis. That's there for all of us. We all have busy work. We all have obligations. We all have things that we repeat every day or take care of every day. So as you're thinking about that, I want you to also think about in your day-to-day life, whether it be related to your relationships, your professional life, and your business. I want you to, hi, somebody's saying hi, Kavita. Great to have you here. Kristen is here too. Great to see you guys. Thank you for joining us. So I want you to also think about your life, your personal life or your professional life, whether it's in your business or your job or in your day-to-day life, the things that you're trying to avoid doing, the things that you put off, the things that you're uncomfortable to do. I'm sure you all have a few things that you're uncomfortable with to move forward. The things that you're postponing, the things that you don't want to tackle right now. And my hand is up too, right here. We all have that. And the reason I'm getting you to think about this is that as we think about productivity, most people, when they think about taking care of the things that they need to take care of on a day-to-day basis, they tend to get stuck with busy work. And busy work is a lot of times our obligations, the things that we need to take care of, the easy things that we are used to doing. But what we do in the process is we put off the uncomfortable things in our life. And what we find in studying about human beings and studying about performance, studying about what makes us more successful is actually the uncomfortable things that we're avoiding are the ones that actually move us forward, the ones that give us progress, the ones that give us success ultimately. And I want you to think about that in different parts of your life. That could be something related to your health, that you do the small little things, but you avoid the big thing. For example, you know that you should be, or not you should be paying attention to the language, that you know that you want to, let's say, be in a better shape. And you're taking these little steps here and there, but you know that for you to be in a better shape, you need to stop doing something that you're uncomfortable with, or start doing something that you're uncomfortable with, likely starting to exercise better or more, and avoiding the foods that you normally eat, which you're uncomfortable with letting go. Let's look at your business. Within our business, we do all these small little comfortable things that we're used to doing. But then there's always a couple of projects or a couple of things that we've been avoiding to touch because it scares us, makes us uncomfortable. But guess what? Those are the things that move your business forward. And this is why actually most people are not successful, because they avoid uncomfortable things. They stay in their comfort zone. Comfort is great for being comfortable, being in your own space, but it's not great for progress. In fact, we know this about human beings as a collective and human individuals, is that unless we're struggling through something, unless we're being challenged by something, we don't actually grow. Think about your life. Think about the past few days, few weeks, few months, or few years of your life. The times when you were really challenged, when you were really struggling. I bet you going through that, it felt like hell, but once you came out of it on the other side, you had learned something. You had acquired a strength, a skill, an awareness. That is if you were open to that. So a lot of people go through struggles, but they're not open to the lessons because they're so focused on the pain that they went through. And I'll give you an example. For example, a lot of us get into relationships and we get our heart broken. And when we're going through that, it's incredibly painful. But once we start to go past that and we start to go towards healing, if we're open to the learning process, what we develop is this sense of awareness about what we really want in a human being, in a partner. Because we just notice the contrast of what we don't want. We just experience that. We also notice the things that we were doing in the relationship that wasn't working, if we're open to the lessons there. We also notice that for us to have a better relationship, it's a two-way street. It doesn't work one way or another if we're open to the lessons. Think about a business failure that you've had in your life. When you're in it, it seems like hell. You're going through the struggle, you're going through emotional pain, maybe even physical pain, financial pain, all sorts of stuff related to that struggle. And as you're going through it, you don't know why this is happening to you. But once you start getting past it and you start to pick yourself back up, if you're open to that, the lessons that you gain within that process, you developed a better sense of what to do in business, or what to avoid, at least within business, what to get better at, what to get more competent at. And there are so many lessons here that are popping up, but I'll still focus on the area, the things that we avoid doing, or the things that move us forward. Now, I give you examples with your struggles because those things happen to us. A lot of times we don't notice that. I mean, they're based on the consequences of the actions that we take, but we don't explicitly decide to go towards them. So we know, working with so many amazing and successful people, high performers in my field, what I find is that high performers tend to not only deal with struggles in a better way, but they actually give themselves challenges. They say, well, I'm going to do something this month that's going to make me incredibly uncomfortable. And that could look like a course they need to go through, a training they need to go through to become better in their business, even though their business might be doing great. Or they might go through a learning experience within their relationship, even though their relationship might be fine. They actually give themselves those challenges to get better. They don't wait for negative circumstances to happen to them. Now, that doesn't mean that negative circumstances struggles don't come their way, but it means what it means is that they know the value of a struggle. They honor that struggle and move forward with strength. And they pay attention to the lessons that they gain out of that struggle. So pay attention to this. Not only do they create a struggle, which we call a challenge, within their life, they have everything comfortable, they're sitting there fine, they don't need to take on another challenge, but they give themselves that challenge to grow. And the way they grow is by going through that struggle, that learning curve, that trying to get something right. And this is how we learn as human beings. But a lot of us have been taught to be okay with being comfortable, be okay to be in our comfort zone. While, like I said, that's good for being wherever you are, but if you're trying to create a level of success for yourself that surpasses the norm, and the norm is usually most people being okay with their comfort zone, and there's nothing wrong with that if you're okay with that, but if you truly want to be successful within your relationships, within your health, within your happiness, within your business, within your job, then what we need to do is start thinking about, how can I develop better competence? How can I develop better abilities within each of these areas? How can I challenge myself to get better, even though nothing might be going wrong? And if there is something going wrong, then the challenge might be, well, how can I face this head on rather than avoiding that uncomfortable thing? If there's a challenging conversation you need to have with your loved ones, are you avoiding that, or you're actually going towards that and trying to find a solution for that, or setting the intention to get a solution? If there's a challenge that you have within your life that's whether it's related to your business or related to your personal life, are you just avoiding that and doing comfortable things, or are you actually finding a solution? So we touched on a couple of things, and the main criteria here is that a lot of us, we avoid struggles, we avoid challenges, we avoid things that make us uncomfortable, and that is okay if you're okay and comfortable with where you are and that's where you want to be, and for a while that's okay sometimes. But if you're trying to progress towards a better state, and by better I mean if you're trying to create more happiness in your life or within yourself, then that's an area you need to grow. That means you need to challenge yourself to learn things that you haven't learned before. Maybe get coaching, maybe go through some material that you haven't gone through, read a few books, talk to people who know more than you. If and then the other side of this is that, let's say some areas you're struggling with, that you're not comfortable with struggling with, but you're avoiding it, such as a business challenge, something that you're not able to figure out, but then you're putting it off. Oh, I'll figure it out at some point. I'll keep doing this thing that's not giving me the payoff, but I'll put this off as long as I can. Then maybe it's time to think about getting support in that area, getting more knowledge, more skills. These seem like common sense things, but I talk to people on a day-to-day basis who avoid these kind of things. We're very good at convincing ourselves that we're doing the things that are moving our life forward, but when there's somebody else looking at it from the outside, then it's a very different perspective, because you can see why this person is avoiding, how this person is avoiding the things that they know they should be doing. So my question to you is, what are some of the things that you're avoiding, some of the things that you're not doing because you're uncomfortable in dealing with them? Whether it's a conflict within a relationship or a business situation, or it's a personal well-being situation, whatever it is, what is something that you're avoiding right now? I want you to take on this challenge to really look into that. If you can go towards it, challenge yourself to go towards it. If you feel like you need clarity, start learning about how to deal with those situations better through books, through podcasts, through videos, or maybe talk to somebody who's more skilled and knowledgeable in that area to help you. If you're too comfortable where you are and you feel like you've kind of plateaued and you want to succeed to the next level, and you know that there's a next level, then start making yourself uncomfortable. Start challenging yourself to learn new skills. Go through different experiences. And sometimes those things could be really simple. That could be as simple as picking up a book. Could be as simple as going and traveling out of your comfort zone, going towards a different culture, learning how they do things, pushing yourself to learn a new skill, whatever that is. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope the message that's come across here is that without that struggle piece, we cannot have progress. We can't have that success piece. A lot of people want success and progress, but what they're stuck with is that, oh, I want success, but I don't want to go through this. That's not possible. If somebody has taught you that, then you need to reanalyze that. If you have a belief like that within yourself that, oh, I'm going to find progress and success without the pain, without the struggle, without any of those things, that is not an accurate depiction of how success looks like. And the ones who do think like that, they're usually not successful. So think about this, and think about it specifically in your own life. What are some of the things that you're avoiding that you know you need to be going towards to progress in that area of your life? Or what are some of the challenges that you've been avoiding within your life and in your day-to-day life? That's the thing that you need to go towards. And two, if you're too comfortable in your place and you want more progress, and again, the caveat there is that if you're okay with that comfort, that's great. But if you want more success and progress, you need to push yourself to go through a learning curve, or I call it a struggle. Struggle can be positive. And I tend to consider struggle to be positive because it pushes us out of our comfort zone. It stretches us. It makes us do things that we wouldn't otherwise do. So challenge yourself to learn a new skill, a new behavior, a new awareness, a new way of looking at things to progress towards a new place. I hope this was helpful for you guys. And if you did find it helpful, make sure you like and share this video, and share with somebody that you really care about, that you think is struggling with this area of their life. I'm sure there are many. In any case, if you wanted me to talk about a specific topic, or you wanted to learn something specific, or there's a challenge that you're having that you're not able to be clear about, I'd love to talk about that. Post your comments below. And until my next video, hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.